let's do me then. Whatever. I've been playing Max Payne still. Yeah. And
is he in pain?
Is he in pain? Well, he's always in pain. He's always taking pain pills. The pills would ease
that
the
might
pain.
not necessarily mean he's in pain though.
I love how
he's just addicted. Clearly.
Yeah.
He seems to have a different bit of dialogue every time he picks up some pain pills. Like,
Jesus Christ! How can you think of that much dialogue for that?
I don't know. It's amazing. It's like he's got a different joke every time he's picking up, like for every bathroom with some painkillers in.
Is
which
that
is
a
obviously
quoted
all the time.
joke? Like,
Because it's funny.
Did you have to? Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's funny. It's obviously sometimes.
What can you say about pills that's funny?
Pills here.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing.
I don't know. If you said that, I would really be like.
Or possibly, I know one thing. I'm grabbing pills. That's the only other one.
That'd be brilliant. I haven't heard him say that yet, but maybe. That would be good to have a little homage.
Raping pillage. Yeah, that's hilarious.
What the fuck, Rob?
It's got pill in it.
Yes, it does. I don't think you're going to run out of a lot of words that have pill in them.
It's a pun.
It doesn't appeal to me.
If this is
Pillage. Pillage is about to occur.
yeah, if you're in a scene where that stuff has just happened and then he finds some pills.
I'm pillaging some pills.
He's like, her.
He's like, her?
Yeah.
That's not even a word.
Well, he says it and then hers.
Yes. So yeah, I'm up to the favela stuff. I think you saw a bit.
Okay,
of that,
yeah, that's what I've seen. Yeah.
So that's so he's got a shaved head right in that part, right? Well, that's the first time he has a shaved head. So the entire game previous to that, he's been relatively normal looking Max. But now he not only does he shave his head, he puts on the stupidest looking shirt ever for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's deliberate, but I don't know. He's just decided to go crazy and wear a really, really bad shirt. And the other characters comment on it like, before you have hair and better clothes. Yeah. So yeah, and it's been pretty cool. And then I don't know if you saw
weary of the bloom yet, or
I mean, it makes sense in the favela. It's really, bright outside.
Well, does it make sense? Well, no, I meant the sort of glitches,
Oh, right.
They're still kind of interlaced glitches, and it's like there's no
that happened all the time.
Inside.
It was the heaviest I'd seen it actually was in that initial cutscene entering the favela. It was happening constantly.
Yeah, that's the bit I saw, and I was just like, really?
Well, it's calmed down a bit. I mean, because immediately, in the middle of the favela section, there's another flashback to New Jersey, and it's it's nighttime and it's snowing, classic Max Payne kind of territory in a graveyard. So it's like
no. What?
What?
I just got very confused. He's coughing himself out in the corner, and it's like, you're right. No, what? He got bigger.
Bloom? What?
Bloom?
So yeah, there's not much bloom in a dark, damp graveyard in the middle of New Jersey.
New York, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of contrasts quite nicely. I quite like. That's been. You were saying it looks really good, and that favela level is one of the best looking bits so far.
It runs at a fair old pep as well.
Yeah, it does. It runs really nice.
It's a fairly good engine.
Nicely.
On dad's computer, anyway.
Yeah, I was shocked, but as I said, by how poorly The Witcher 2 was running. I was a bit confused, and then I ran this and even Shogun, and they ran fine. So I think there's something funny about Witcher 2 in terms of performance or optimization. But anyway,
really shiny.
Yeah, possibly. But Max Payne, yeah, I like the action's pretty cool. I'm getting used to it. It takes a while to get used to the kind of play style that you want to do to have the most fun, really. It's a bit weird because it is a kind of run and gun rather than a cover shooter, but it has cover. So it's how do you use it? And like I was saying, you have to activate bullet time at just the opportune moments and stuff because you run out really quick. But if you're just standing there, you will die really quickly as well. So it's you have to use the roll key a bit to kind of get around and move forward and stuff. I don't know. It's quite strange shooting action, but it's very different, but it's satisfying. It's cool. There's a lot of interruptions though. I have to say, I like the long cutscenes and the storytelling is good stuff, and all the animation of the characters it looks really good. But it seems like every time you go to open a door, it cuts into a little cutscene where he opens the door and says something, and then cuts back into the action or something. It's like constantly
Door was
interrupting
clammy.
you. Yeah, while you're and as you walk up to a door that you kind of Max slows down, and you know you're about to go into a cutscene. And it's like it's constantly interrupting you.
Goes from running to walking, and then
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, oh, he'll do a little.
or she think they've overstoried it basically.
Well, I don't know, because I mean, or over cutscened it at least. Because what it'll do is it'll go into a little cutscene, like 10 seconds long, that'll like set up a set piece. You know, where a million people will surround Max or something, and then it'll go back into the action. And sometimes it'll go automatically into bullet time, into some crazy set piece auto bullet time section where you just have to do, you know, where you're on a platform and it's collapsing and you're
there's a bit the bit at the start of the bar fight in the favela does that, doesn't it?
Yeah,
where that guy just suddenly starts pulling a gun and you're like, oh well, let's gun back. Yeah,
exactly. Kind of auto crazy moment, which is cool, but sometimes it just dumps you in and it's you have to remember to activate the bullet time, so sometimes it's hard to tell. Because usually that's what you'd want to do the moment you are surrounded by a bunch of people, obviously, is immediately try and headshot as many of them as you can before you run out of bullet time, basically. But it's cool.
Sounds like you're still enjoying it, though.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, but it's definitely flawed in some strange, by some sort of kind of weird decisions, really, like that. I mean, I think maybe I'm just too keen on the whole Half-Life idea of like not taking control away from the player if you can help it. Do you know what I mean? I at least think once you're in the level, you should be free to, you know, you should have control throughout rather
Perhaps.
than keep
You almost prefer the old school style of tail ending cutscenes from big old sections.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I kind of prefer that. I mean, this
I suppose
works.
Maybe they've gone the wrong way in that, you know, because there's so many of them that they're expected. You know, I mean, it's like, oh, something's going to happen when I do this. Where perhaps you need to strike a better balance between, like, well, if I go through here, is it just more level, or is something going to happen? So it keeps you on your toes a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. I think maybe the balance is a bit off, so it makes it feel a bit too like it's shepherding you through a film rather than an awesome film.
A lot of the better shooters do that, don't they? Where you sort of like most doors will just open and there'll be something, or occasionally you'll do it and then it will do something different. And it's like, oh right, okay, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it mixes stuff up a bit. Yeah, so we'll see. But there's been some I mean, there are a lot of cool set pieces. I haven't played any shooters with big set pieces for a while, so it's nice to get back into that. And they're not all sort of Call of Duty. I don't know. They're more inventive than your Call of Duty scenarios. I think, you know, your standard war scenarios. Obviously, there's a lot more craziness they can do.
Do you breach a door in slow motion?
Go through a window in slow motion.
Yeah, definitely stuff like that. Yeah, sideways.
I meant not through choice, like in a cutscene. Because I'm sure you can dive through windows in slow motion in bullet time, because otherwise... You know,
well, like I'm saying, as a cutscene ends, it might automatically dive you through a window, and then but you have control over your cursor, so you can start shooting people.
Does it zoom into a bullet casing hitting the floor in slow motion?
It's a classic.
Maybe might have seen that. It's certainly it's constantly zooming in on bullets that are flying into enemies when it's the last enemy in the room. It does that every time. Yeah, so that's cool, I guess.
I didn't see much of that bit, to be honest. It didn't seem to do it in every fight that I was watching, like the bullet zoom. But it's like you can make that pretty brutal, can't you? Like depending on where you hit them with that last shot, then it's
it can be. And if you can keep
quite
shooting
a lot
as
of
well.
face missing.
Yeah, it can be a bit gory, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's completely out of character or anything. I think it works. It's a bit weird, but it works. Especially when you're diving through the air or something, or doing something crazy, and you can see the bullet come out of your gun and fly towards them. But yeah, when they get hit, it can be a bit gory.
Yeah, I'm still not sure they should have added the keep shooting thing.
Yeah, it's a bit strange, but you don't. I don't. In practice, I don't do it because I'm worried about running out.
No, true. Okay, I guess yeah. Oh, wait, so you've discovered it actually does affect your ammo count?
No, I still haven't. I haven't worked it out, but I think it does because it will smoothly transfer back to gameplay, and then of course every time you shoot, it's taking from your ammo. So it's hard to tell where the line ends and whether it is actually taking. I should just look at the number and then see it. Oh, I don't know.
Like unload a shit ton of bullets and see if you've got no ammo one time.
Yeah, that's what I have to do, an experiment. Okay, yeah, that could be cool.
Journalism. Shoot a dude a million times.
So yeah, Max Payne. Although I did have some problems earlier this week because it seems to have like evil kind of always on DRM stuff, I think.
Rockstar did kind of have a name.
They had their retarded Rockstar Pass and Social Club.
Well, this is the Social Club thing.
Really... Oh, is it? There's DRM associated with Social Club.
Well, that's what I think. It wouldn't let me.
Didn't GTA 4 have a weird like rootkit though?
Did it?
Can't remember.
That doesn't sound very.
It was something like GTA 4 PC actually had some fairly nasty DRM. Like I don't know if it was Securom, but it was something fairly similar.
Okay. Oh, Securom. I only ever had one game that had that on. I think it was Splinter Cell Chaos Theory had Securom on it for some reason. Anyway, the problem was that Steam downloaded an update, and then I launched the game, and it got to the title screen, and then it said, "Oh, I failed to launch the Social Club UI," and then you couldn't go into the game, and you couldn't do anything because nothing you pressed would do. So you had to, Alt F4 it basically. You had to kill it. And what I had to do was uninstall and reinstall the Social Club, which it turns out is a separate application in your program files.
Oh,
I didn't even know I'd had
so it's
installed.
So it's like an overlay thing.
Yeah, it's just like it looks like Steam or like Games for Windows Live, I guess. But it just didn't start, and then it just didn't work. I was like, oh great, well you've patched my game so it doesn't work. Thanks, Rockstar. But yeah, it seemed like I had an older version of the Social Club thing. I'm not sure why, though, because that must have been the version it installed when the game installed, because I don't think I have any other Rockstar games on.
Well, yeah,
oh, no, I do. I have GTA on PC, so maybe I had the version from there, and it didn't bother to upgrade it, and then something went wrong. Anyway, so that's the fix if that happens, but I was like, God damn, that's annoying, so watch out for annoying
weird
DRM
updating
stuff. Yeah.
I suppose Games for Windows doesn't have that problem because Steam can't.
I can talk about that later,
but yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk about it later?
Yeah.
We'll see. That's Max Payne, and I will continue to update you. I think I'm about 2/3 of the way through, so probably finish it by next time.
Cool.